in the home beta there is one other program which is to calculate the square. Okay, G beta, as we discussed here, that every program has these three variables, these three functions which are important for every program. Here we are writing a simple program to calculate the square. As you know that we calculate the square by a number multiplied by number. So what we are doing on the rank zero, we are doing this on the rank 0. What we do, I have created data of 2 and 4, and in that case I have 6 processor. One is a master and other as client. So I am going to change this data. I'm changing it to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to change this data because I'm just sending the data from root to the other processor. And what I'm doing, uh, uh, I'm using this loop, and this loop will run from I to size. In this case size will be 6 because I'm going to run this program on 6 processors. So this will run I to 6. Now see how we are sending the data. We are sending the data, uh, please better focus here, that how we send the data here. This is not a gather function. In the gather function you saw that we are not mentioning any destination. We are not sending the data. We just use the gather function, and all the data is all the workload is handled by the gather. So in the send, the first argument shows the data and the second argument shows the destination. Now you can see that we are sending the data I minus 1. We are sending the data I minus 1. Now let's see the data will be started from 0, as you knows about the array, that they have their indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But the rank start from 1 here because we are not going to include the master processor. If you are going to include the master processors too, then you need to change this 1 to 0, but we are not going to include that at that time because we are starting the processor from 1, the rank from 1, and the data which we are sending, its index is 0. To bring this index to 0, we are subtracting 1. Okay, so the destination I in this case, in this loop, because you can see that it is starting from 1, so the destination 1 will get the data 0, which is 1. The destination get will data 1, which is 2 in the array. Similarly, the processor 3 will receive the data 2, which is 3. Okay, so you can see that how we are actually sending the data from the 0 processor if the rank is 0, because first we are checking that that either it is 0 or not. We are creating one array for the results, and now check it with the other loop. In this loop you can see that this loop is the exact, it range from 1 to size. Okay, and what we are actually doing, we are receiving the data. First we were sending the data when we were in the rank 0, but now we are receiving the data, and this data is coming from sorry, the same data is received back. Okay, the same data is received back by the uh, master node. And where this data will be coming, this data will be coming from 1, then this data will be coming from 2, then this data will be coming from 3, and then this data will be coming from 4. And similarly we use to append these results. Append these results means that first one result will appear, then second, then third, then fourth, and so on. So we use the function append to represent them such like an array. Okay, first one will store, then the second will store, then the third will store. So this will store the results such like that. Okay, and this function will print that how the results were received. So this up to that, all these functions, all these processing was run on rank 0, and rank 0 is our master node. Okay, if the as we have implemented here the if, so if the rank is not 0, for example this is 1 2 3 or 4, as total 6 processes are working there, then what we will do, let's see here. Else what we can do, we are getting data, receiving data, and from where this data is coming, this data is coming from 0. Okay, because the client received the data from the master node. We are calling the calculate square. Calculate square is a function which we have written here. Okay, we are calling the calculate function, and this is calculating the square, and we are sending an argument to that. There is only one argument, and you can see here in the calculate square there is only one argument, and we are just multiplying them. Okay, these are the basic programming techniques, and I hope that all of you are aware about the functions, about the arrays, that how the arrays and how the function works. And similarly, what we do, we communication that send results destination 0. After calculating the data, after calculating the square, we send this result back. As you can see that we are sending the result. Where we are sending it to 0, and you can see 0 is receiving the results here. Okay, is it clear to you, beta?
Yes, sir.
This is the square program which we discussed line by line as it's working. Its name is square.py. So let's go to a terminal and try to run this. Okay, the code is MPI execute minus n processes. I'm using 6 processor. Python. If it don't work, then we will give a full path. Okay, square square dot squ dot py. Okay, so it's not working, so we will give the full path. Actually this system is running very slow. I don't know why it was. MPI execute minus n 6 and square dot py. Okay, so as you can see that master received results 1 4 9 16 and 25. Beta, I'm audible to everyone? Beta,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
audible? Okay, okay. So let's uh, go to the results once again. What we send the data? We send 1. There is actually a array of 5 because we total have 6 processor. The rank 0 is used only to distribute the data, to send the data. So we are not involving the processor 0 in processing. Okay, we are just using the other processor from rank 1 to 5. This is the reason I created an array of 5 processor, sorry, 5 element, because we have 5 processor. So how we were sending the data, we send 1, so the square of 1 will be 1. We send the 2, the square of 2 will be 2. 1 minute beta, save me your all. Okay. The square of 3 will be 9, square of 4 will be 16, and square of 5 will be 15. And you as and this in this you can see that it is returning the same. Okay, so this was beta today class. This we actually implemented two programs today. One was related to the gathering, that instead of using the send and receive function, how we can gather the data. And in the second program we were actually using a system of 6 processor. So we created one array of 5 elements. We used the processor 0 as a master node. We didn't include in inner processing, and send the all other elements, which were actually 5, to all other 5 processes, and calculated the square by them. And at the end, the master processor, the rank 0 processor, append all this data in this form. Okay, Vita? Beta?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
ठीक